The issue of those who went to Benin, I don't have anything against them. That is who they choose to identify. They choose to identify as.
But who is Prince Owadia? Is there any such character in the foundation of Benin? A man called
Prince Owadia. Prince Owadia, according historically,
yes.
When Manota, one of the daughters of Manota left, because back then there was no kingdom as of 1248 AD when we came. Because it was, in fact,
those pockets of settlements.
The real thing about Igbo race is that they don't conquer and they were not conquered. So when Prince Owadia came with his people, they were, I think they were kind of intermarriages that occur. In all the eastern region, like all the Igbo-speaking region, there's a certain thing the king used as a staff of office.
Yes, we call it Ofo.
Ofo, which is not done in any of, which the Benin entirely don't use.
They don't use, no, they don't.
You understand? So how did the Ofo, because Prince Owadia never came with Ofo.
Yes. Someone
gave the Ofo out. And the Ofo left Oboli Manota. So Manota had to just present that Ofo to one of his daughters. I think the elder daughter, I can't remember. That whosoever you marry shall automatically become a king. Fortunately, when she left, the family she eventually found herself has a lot to do with the Prince Owadia.
The place where you are to mark your settlement. And so he did that and then settled in that place with his family and the people he came with.
Oboli, centuries ago, many centuries ago, Oboli came first, Obotu now followed. Obotu was the second village joined Oboli, Issele-Uku. As far as history is concerned, the Oboli from the was settled in Issele-Uku. You remind that only 1 year ago, 3 Orji, the Oboli. I bond the one Mwanya Bakudwa. The modern Kuda watch. Back and the Oboli was settled. Back up and whether the business. Now Oboli.
Nobody Bundi. Bundi na Bundi Chimeze. And Oboli for this corner, Obolu Chiche, na Nocha Yancha. And the Ogeneko Kenewe, one chance in Ribia, and Wabundi Chimekwezi, Ibuzo, for Washi, Ila, one chance, Wabunde Chimezi. Only also Machimeze Kada, and Bundoboli Bu, say Ribia, Unisheka Eze.
As Oboli would. And when and his team, having settled, chose a strategic portion of the territory and planted an Ebo tree, known today botanically as Boladia levis. This is the Issele-Uku and is today the oldest shrine in all of Issele-Uku kingdom. So, it becomes a thing of concern should anyone who claims to know the history of Issele-Uku write anything about the history of Issele-Uku without mentioning the name Enwei, the progenitor of Oboli Agidi community. From all the historical accounts given thus far, the history of Issele-Uku cannot be complete without the chronicles of Enwei, the first settler, the founder of Issele-Uku, the planter of the oldest shrine in all of Issele-Uku, which is the Issele-Uku.
Ụfọdụ n'ime anyị believe na onwe ife wakpo oral history. Ya bụ ife na-adịghị tarị si ọnụ wenye ọnụ. Ụfọdụ na-ekwu na wee dị na anyị gọsịwa bewe dị. Mana ife so na-adịghị gwa ya ka mkpa. Gwa anyị na Oboli nọ Ibuze. Ọ hapụ nwene we settle na Ogwashi. Ya bụ bewa akpọ Onisha na Ogwashi befkọwa settle. Enweghị aba hapụ ụwa. Onweghị nwa Oboli ọbịa settle n'isi. Na Oboli bịa kwụsị n'ukwu ọjị. Ya ka anyị akpọ symbol of unity n'Ogoli. Ụmụ ọjị okwu dị n'Ogoli. Ọjị afọ bụ symbol of unity. Bịa ka Oboli si bido. Oboli abịaga centuries before 12 AD, the Benin liberated.
A day came and the man went on his hunting expedition and noticed smoke from a little distance from where he was. There were no roads at this time. Everybody must go through through the bush, navigate through the bush paths. And so he decided to go to, check those who the people encroaching on what he perceived was his area.
Ka yi na wani na mpinje ga kokore yi na wani ya mbo ya abana ko bosenje atanje ga nwa ndi du mweku ga lo bokolo ambe
Obo ko na ya
yo do ya no da ya ye lo gele bai wo gidi re
So he came and stumbled on this set of people who had settled also in one part of the town. And so the argument ensued as to who came there first, because they wanted to know who the overlord of the place would be, or who will, call the shots as Spartans in that area. And so the argument led them to go and check. Of course, people who came to planted their own able. That was the culture of the time. And so they came to see the able tree of Enwe, and then they checked the able tree of the other people.
Anyway, Dano, are you going to see able ali? Àwọn ọmọ ilé tẹ̀gá yín lọ ọgbẹ́. Wọ́n bàbá náà, iná pọ̀ ya ní egbò ẹgbà fún ọbẹ̀ tàtà káìrí ẹgbẹ́.
Ẹ̀dọ́sí yàwó àmàkà àwọn adé díẹ̀ dáa ní egbò ẹgbẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Bó sì sólú dẹ̀sẹ̀ náà wọ́n. Ìtẹ́ kúrò náà máa sí àwọn àjà bàrà bẹ̀ à ń tẹ̀lé tẹ̀sí ní ẹgbẹ́ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níkà. Inú gàdí sí òwe kúrò fún sípò ẹgbẹ́ ń dùn.
Ọ̀rọ̀ àbẹ̀rẹ̀ yọ mọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ àbẹ̀rẹ̀ yọ.
Mo tẹ́lẹ̀ máa dọ̀. Láti pákúrú nínú rẹ̀.
Ọ̀rọ̀ àbẹ̀rẹ̀ yọ.
Dáa lóhùn.
Láwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo máa bí owó mi ẹ̀ lọ́ ìgbò.
Ẹ̀rẹ̀ bá tọ́ bí. Bẹ́sí gọ́dọ̀ mi.
Tí àwọn abúlé bẹ̀rẹ̀ jọ.
Èdè dọ́sí rà. Ó fi tẹ̀ n'aka na síbẹ̀ lẹ́dẹ̀ nìyẹn bana na adé máa pàṣẹ síbẹ̀ ní àmàlẹ́. Tẹ́sítọ̀ sí àgùnmá kan ló ká àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àpò. Ayé ṣe ká ń tó ká sí à ìtàn ọ̀rọ̀ àlẹ́ lẹ́bẹ̀. Ọba pákó ló jẹ́.
Ó fún àwọn èbó tìrẹ̀bẹ̀ lè dín mẹ́ẹ̀. Yẹ́ bá sún náà bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ ń tì í Abuko very so therapy no go do. Ya mana mu na reka kwa kudo sisi ba. Ebu ale ele. Akari to di to bodo ani. Ade viwa. Una ne foga fole na. Na ndo mu anyi. Sinebu ane kwa jamari ndi buzo bia le godo. Sinta tajeme. Oyi anya. Ama buzi oyi anyi mana ade anyi ko gada obus. Ofisu no ano maka mu bu onye mu no no. Ọgwa m ga-anụ ya bụ mụ n'ezikawa ba ha gwa jigeti mmiri ịgwawa na anyị enwegadị ọkpa si tata dịwe na-achịzi anyị na si tata bido na anyị ncha ga-abụzi ohi wa baba ihe adị ihe adị ọ na-abịa nwa
Como nome? Não há ije. Lá em Chabe.
anyị ga anyị deta gị dokwa makwa kwa anyị dokwa maka sigari ihe ka mmeta bụ iche kenke bọta amara ọkụ buru ihe kwebi ebo ya
And they found that the able tree of Enwe had long been in establishment, far older and more mature than the able tree of the other people. So that was how they settled the issue of who came first and who was first in the land.
nke nwee mai ka agbai ka dị older than the other one. Like why you pour an isi enwe. Akpọzi an isi enwe, abasi okay. Beg an ebozi okay. Anyị nọ nọ.
where will be our boundary. Baba no ime egbo nke ani Issele Belenganaba, that's the branch. Bajama Issele-Uku, which is behind Beaforde. These are our present for markets. Our Mazia, our Bwa, and Issele-Uku, Ise. Oboli, no Bafo, Boniwe Bandre. Tubundiozo, Abiama.
So to put a kind of demarcation or boundary between them so that everybody will know where he or she is occupying, a branch was taken from Enwe's able tree and planted at the point that is the boundary between him and these other settlers. And that place where that able tree is planted today is a boundary between Oboli and Obofo. In addition to that, it was Enwe and his children, the descendants of Enwe, who now renamed that settlement that they met Obofo. Obofo in Igbo language simply means a new settlement, a new village, a new quarter.
Ego anyị na-akpọ anyị abụ anyị isi enwe. Anyị isi enwe. Isi na be anyị bụ the first. Enwe bụ the first settler in Issele-Uku between 10th, 11th century, 12th century. Ka ọ bịa Issele-Uku. Oh, Pamobi. So he settled here. Man, I manage a life. Not until people came from Benin. Amandi Omado, that is people from Edo, Jivia, they settled in a place called Obofo. By the time was in Benibia, when they were Kudu no other side. And these are the Umuchima. That is the Ezechima. From the east too.
Oftentimes you see history being distorted. People want to tell you, oh, everybody in Issele-Uku came from Benin. Like some writers will tell you, they came from different quarters in Benin and all of that. It is not true. Yes, some quarters in Issele-Uku have Benin origins. Some quarters in Udumine, some quarters in Oboto. People who distort the history want to give the impression that the Benin migration came first. It is not true. The remigration came first, followed by the Benin migration and then other migrations.
I know we see different migrants, we see. We see Egala, we see Bodondi Ozada, there so many be. Bef kono bona I know Bofo Moke. I know Bofo sister Bunde Ebini. I know guess Oboli, because as the first settlers of the time had a king then before 12 AD when Benin Kingdom liberated Issele-Uku, this area, and took over the administration of the area. And they assimilated us through intermarriages, but unfortunately we can't speak Benin because our language supersedes, because they made larger groups of migrant farmers. Because they met larger group of migrant farmers, they now began to intermarry with us and install the administration on us. As a result of that, the king then, in many ways, they will have a king handling Oboli,
the monarchy in Issele-Uku was founded by Obi-Olibo. Obi-Olibo is the son of Ezechima. But other writers of Issele-Uku who want to project the Benin history will tell you that one Ogio Wadia 1230 AD. By 1230 AD, Benin was not an imperial power. Benin was still recovering from the crisis of the Ogiso dynasty. And then, why did I say Obi-Olibo? Obi-Olibo because the two instruments of Benin regal power, the Ada and Abani, those two royal swords, came into Issele-Uku history during the reign of Obi-Olibo. Obi-Olibo became officially recognized by the Oba of Benin as his tribute king in this area. And so to reinforce that, to put that position, the Benin kingdom officially during the reign of Obi-Olibo, under the reign of Oba Esige, gave Obi-Olibo the two instruments of Benin regal power, the Ada and Abani. So those who are distorting it is saying that there was one Ogiwadia as at 1230 AD. As at 1230 AD, the Ada and Abani, the two instruments of Benin regal power, were not part of our custom. It's an attempt to want to distort the fact and want to alter history to say that the Benis came here first. The Benis did not come here first. So Benin influence spread with the rise of Benin imperialism in the 16th century from the reign of Obesige.
Tupu ife ndị eme, Ogboli nwe rulership. They have their own kingship, established kingship. One who Abiane, Ogwachime, they have their own kingship. Ama ndị Omado jiba. Omado is a corrupted name. Omo Edo. Wasi Binibaha. They came as warriors. We defeat and the Agwachime. We defeat and Agwachime. The Onyachi Agwachime, Bapo, Bev goes away Omado, a corrupted name of Omo Edo. When we defeat Agwachime, Ogwachima, which means Agwachime. They corrupted it to Agwachime.
Obi-Olibo is the son of Ezechima. And then after Obi-Olibo, his son Obi-Owele. Obi-Owele is the founder of Obo-Owele. So with the establishment of the Ezechima dynasty, Obi-Olibo was the one who first received Ada. Ezechima didn't receive Ada. He was the one officially recognized. Because when Ezechima died, there was a dispute between his sons as to who will rule first. Because one of his sons died in his presence and the children of that man who died wanted to lay claims. But it was resolved that since their father died in the presence of their grandfather, that the rights are passed. That was how Obi-Olibo came to be the Obi of Issele-Uku. He is the founder of Issele-Uku dynasty. Before now, Issele-Uku was an autonomous community, self-governing, had his own line of chiefs. And that is the symbolism of that great Iroko tree at Idumwetiti in Issele-Uku. That was the palace and the area, the king's court, where the rulers of Oboli community used to be. It was a self-governing autonomous community. We were not under anybody's influence. We had our own lines of rulers. And like I say to you now, the last ruler of that autonomous community was Manuata. He is the great ancestor of Reverend S.W. Martins of blessed memory. Now what now happened later? Yes, the Ezechima people began to rule, but unfortunately the people ruling Issele-Uku now are not descendants of Ezechima. Because something happened. At about 1730, the crown prince, who was the eldest son of Obi-Odia, was sent to Benin as a prince to be, the way they trained them for all these kingly things. And then mysteriously he died there. Many of us believe he was poisoned or killed, whatever. If some believe that before this time, Benin was already laying a grand plan to invade and install a ruler. So the man they sent for training died in Benin. They didn't tell the people here that anything happened to him. Only for Benin, the Oba of Benin, to crown his second son, Obi-Ediaye, and sent him under the guard of 3 brigades and marched on Issele-Uku and installed the second son of Oba Kenzwa I as Obi-Ediaye of Issele-Uku. That was where the Ezechima dynasty was toppled. Before now, the palace in Issele-Uku used to be referred to as Issele-Ulibo Palace. But under this new Obi now, you see them trying to change things to Issele-Uku Palace. Because certain truths are coming out. The rulers of Issele-Uku are not descendants of Ezechima. Many people in Issele-Uku don't even know this. And for this, I'm saying a lot of people are going to be incensed, but that is the truth and that is the fact. So where does that now lead us? There was a Beninization agenda with that imposition. Because before now, because of the influence, the Okpala system had become so entrenched. That is the system that was on ground. That is the system by which the people were governed. So And the Okpala system was a loose arrangement. Once you are an Okpala, you're a free man, you live your life, you are not beholden to anybody, you're not anybody's slave or servant, and so on. And so one of the things the coming of Obiediaye did was to want to install in Issele-Uku here that strict and rigid monarchical system of a centrally royal bishop where everybody must go and bow and kowtow. And the moment you don't bow and kowtow, you are seen as either being a deviant and so on. It was with the coming of Obiediaye that towns like Issele-Azaba fled from Issele. Issele-Azaba and then Issele-Ngwitime fled under that arrangement because of the harsh. If you go to Issele-Ngwitime, they will tell you, if you ask them, when did you come? They will tell you, we fled Issele-Uku. Because what they used to call Issele-Uku was, if you go to Issele-Ngwitime, they call Issele-Uku Issele-Uno. Issele-Uno. And then you ask them, why did you come to Issele-Uku? It was, I'm a big guada. Now, so they fled because human sacrifice went. If you oppose, you are killed. You have no say. It was a very brutal setup. And it is instructive to know that at Issele-Ngwitime today, the OB of Issele-Ngwitime emerges by the Okpala system. It's not the monarchical system we have. The oldest Okpala in Issele-Ngwitime becomes the OB of Issele-Ngwitime. What does that show you? The Okpala system has been in existence. The influence, what the Benin people try to do erase by distorting history is to try to erase completely whatever looks like the influence.
So Onisha, why the chase in Nisebuna? Onisha, Boya get Chimese, Yago get Ubiada Namanoche, Nonisha Chimeno Biama Bobi, Yabu or body. Yago just like Onisha Kaezi. We're gonna eat him, better than a man who.
I believe there will be, according to story, I will be. Mana due to that manota, when you be careful. Mana, if a man as time goes on, manota, abuloke bonono, no unye, momo, manomo okay. If I not check out, if a man, the kingship which happen to another place. So, Ogoji Ariai, Nwa Okpoho, Boye Nanya, and onye anu ane bia from Umwezi say. Along the line, the man and Messia hapo umune bosi Ariai umune Nanya, umune ndike yam na the quarter so whatever we Nanya. So oga nwoze obia we lo for ojibueze we nye nwa nke Okpoho. So ya buzo small go that kinship from Oboli to Umweze side. The fork at the thing say Paul. So Umweze wa choma the thing.
The daughter, instead of proclaiming the death of the father, took the staff of office to where they are marrying her, Umweze Issele, and gave to the husband. Before he came back to tell the brothers, my father is late, and they cannot allow him to stay overnight in bed with Dopamine and Chichef. The next day, kingship was proclaimed Issele. We were told he was Obi Okafor. He lasted for 4 days and died. The brother took over, lasted for 4 days and died.
ụmụ eze echimeze wechi anwa eze maka na ji ọfọ along the line wachi ọnwụhụ wachọpụwazi ife ọbịasị ka achọ anyị akwa amala ife emeni o ji bụ na wachizi eze ọ dị ala si ọnwụhụ ojem afa asịwa ole si ma je gwa ndị ogbori maka ọ bụ ndị nwe the right ọ bụ ndị nwe the ọfọ waje appease ya ndị ogbori coming with the settlement with them so that na ga-enwe ike bịa chimewe ya bụ eze and ya bụ ya meziwo stand today ojibo na ndị ogbori asụ nishe anishi ofu ogbori bụ onye ga-abịa were okpu tinye obi n'isi itinye ezi ya ọtọa mana ọ bụ na ọ bụ na onye isi abịa tinye okpu n'isi ọma atọ according to story.
They quietly now returned the staff of office to the place of abode, that is the Iroko tree. They now returned it, they went back to their kingdom, Benin, and brought a staff of office, which they now began to use. Because of that, a lot of people came. After much argument, they now agreed that since they are proclaiming the king, they are the administrators, you are going to be our kingmaker. They now become the kingmaker. Wabundi Chime Eze. Ayadi Ekeze, Anye Chime Eze. I saw this. This is the third, I will be second time I'm seeing it.
Oh, Ben Simple, at least they witness again for about 5 of them, Bogo Nisha. And can speak about few of them Nichimegeni, Nikurukwebo, Konkomodi, and late Justice Azomani. Nkamenichwanyam, Babundi Chimobi, Utio and where Chimesia, we Buluchewa. Provide
Actually, yes, this Kingmaker is 2 books in one. Actually, is a biography. It's a biography of my late father, the late Honorable Justice Issele-Uku Azomani, who was also an Onisha of Issele-Uku. It was the Kingmaker. He was the one who crowned Obindo Kezaguna, the current Obi of Issele-Uku. If you look through the pages of the book, you will see the picture where he was crowned in his office and capacity as the Onisha. The sole kingmaker of Issele-Uku, they are not 2. Yes, in imperial times, the Oba of Benin can stay in Benin and do whatever he likes. It was under imperial times, it was convenient for him to stay in Benin and impose a ruler in Issele-Uku. But those things cannot be done now. So Issele-Uku has only one sole kingmaker, and that is the Onisha. Whoever he crowns becomes the Obi of Issele-Uku. And until he crowns anybody, that person cannot be the Obi of Issele-Uku.
There are modes within which the Onisha we have to participate for the enthroning of the king, even for the burial. First, he has to seat the heir apparent, he has to give him a seat. We call it Upo, to sit down. Then he will now take Nzu white chalks and make incantations on him. And immediately you sat him there, is now show that he is the right person to be the king. And they have a tradition till tomorrow. Onye Danubo, first to sit there by the power of the Onisha, is the king, because our kingship is hereditary. Benin kingdom brought hereditary kingship. That is why we abide to it. Every Ogboli son is a potential Onisha. Manonye Buzo Chiobala now becomes the Onisha. That is the first, no matter where you come from there.
I see about Jemeziabo, Ebozi, Ukwajidi. Kaiwe our settlement. Kaisi bi, Kaisi Bulo bi, Kaisi Rinzelani, Welakita, Ebo Ukwajidi, or Janji Yubi, or Janji Achiumani, in the both way enough. He got put to Quife Diani, like the time we get it. Awa buna we mere be ya po na. Pe no body dem ma. Se no mo wa dem ma. Aye jan ya no. Ya ma photos. Ka ne body ga ganishu. Mo body ga ganishu. I am aware of your pupil. I am a quite video. Man, not our pan or the nobody. They got this town or nobody there. Nemo a town or nobody civilians. One for Goburi, Cardiam, Homo Joano, Emma Futuza. Nobody my boogles of Palazzo. So, while uncle, only chicken, but you are uncle.
Oh, yeah, my Tibuku, Borio.
Around 51, most of the time I say back. I don't want to go and work in the side. So, what then they say, Obias, what Sinisia, so much, said he say. Of every much, then he say. Can get in a job, Papa snatch a book, only at your body, my book, your body, can we? Said the camera one of them talker. No la bouye, if I saw me, man, when we look on a cabadendo. A half. In very much, he say, he could bomb up surgery. There are only ladies, he could have wear. We not any could quick, one muffle, ye know, no, push up bam. It was heavy, around 1951. When you're for your class, when you took a belly core. What happened, he say? When he say, oh, what did he say? Or Jania, they say. Second Japanese, and I go, oh, my can you joker? Who can snare us up another? I think a Bible one day joker say, when catch you when you cases when you see that they can better. Nadia Cobo, Daluno, now.
And apart from that, how am I? I don't like a boy. About you down my back. Only 9 hours patches today. Bad way, go at a dama, Quabue. The Argus is the Adama. Don't want to
So, very many plays. There was one play that I saw last time for me. In Cabo, the place for the cutting hook there.
With the hook. The hook. And their chain cut. So the marks created we have on there. Therefore, they have to step down.
If I add to what my elders have said, this orgy is also symbolic for something. It marks the fact that Oboli was an autonomous community, self-governing, had his line of rulers, chiefs, people who were administering it. And where this orgy is located is like the palace square of the rulers of that time. And then the last ruler, here is Manwata, or Menwata, who is a great grand ancestor of the late Reverend S.W. Martin. So this orgy for us in Oboli is a sign of our autonomy. Unity. So even if we have a monarch now, or Issele-Uku has a monarchy now, we had been autonomous before whatever is happening now. Because we here before everybody, we had our own self-governing institutions before the Benin imperialism came.
Ngri civilization, they more than 500-600 years older than the Benin civilization.
Nobody in various towns, like Buzo, Issele-Uku, Atoma, even Akuku. Nobody settles there. Can anybody settle nobody? Can they settle Opana or Bolondia far? And settling there shows that nobody both settle on each town. They can cross our land. They can guys over 4. So with this conference last year, December, they all came back was quite line. Ni fefu depende. Madunani afanyi yoku na wenwe esirukwa nwe.
Ịbịa zokwa na Ibuzo anyị nwe Ogboli. Ịbịa na Atụmabụ anyị nwe Ogboli. Ịbịa na Akwụkwụ anyị nwe Ogboli. Ịbịa na Ọnịcha anyị nwe Ogboli. Ịbịa na Ela anyị nwe Ogboli. They are all from Nri. And Nwancha bụ kingmakers na ebe wa nọ. Because we are the first settlers in anywhere they are.
Like you have been told earlier that there are Ogboli settlements not just in Issele-Uku, in Ibuzo, in Atuma, Ele-Ogwashi, Obio, Akuku Igbo, Ela, up to Ida, up to Kwara State, even up to everywhere in Agbo there before the Benin came. The civilization was well established in these places. And in all those places, these elements from Uri came first. So Benin influence spread with the rise of Benin imperialism in the 16th century from the reign of Obesige.
Nobody was the first to come to this Issele-Uku. Even before the Benin Empire conquered this area. And in Ezekwa for Afa, at this time, Afa Benin. Like me now, our family. I will say family. Igbo name though, which shows I see from Uri. Yes, I see in Ribia.
There is what they call the Fejokwane. Fejokwane, for everybody who is in Anioma, any Igbo speaking community, even in the East, everywhere. The Fejokwane is the god of fertility and harvest. Before the farming season, it must be worshipped. And in any settlement in Anioma, the Fejokwane is not in the house of just anybody. The Fejokwane is always in the house of the chief or the ruler of the first settlement in the place. As I speak to you now, the Fejokwane is in the palace of the Onisha here. And every year, by the custom, the Obi and the heads of all the villages in Issele-Uku must come here to worship the Fejokwane. The Obi provides the fish and the things that they must use. And he must be here in person or send a representative. Why are they doing that? It is a way of paying homage to the first comers in the land. That is the Fejokwane. Ideally, under the custom, it is why that Fejokwane is being done that the calendar in Aho is drawn. But you see, some people see it as an attempt to want to make the Onisha look like it's another ruler within and all kinds of struggle go on. But that is the custom. Go to Onichubo, that is what they do. Go to every Eze-Chima clan, that is what they do. And so you see this gradual Beninization trying to water down, to distort things as it is. But we still know our history as it is, and God will help us to continue to push it as it is.
And my people are so hospitable that they don't ask you to bring anything if they want to live with you. They will tell you, come and stay with me. Let me, if he loves you, he can even give you his daughter to get married to. That is my people. Up to today, they believe that Ogboli people are so hospitable in my town, Issele-Uku. They do a lot.
Hey, Luan.